everybody. We are here on Health, Wealth, and Relationships with
Tisa
and Grant.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Well, this is the afternoon. It's getting late.
Oh, that's
it's
right.
Getting late. It's starting late.
Are we live?
We are live.
Oh my God, we're live today. I apologize. Most of our shows are taped, but we're live today because we had a little bit of technical difficulties this morning.
Somebody just robbed our show. Just deleted it for no good reason.
Deleted our love show. So here we are again. So live is sometimes better.
I think so.
Can't make no mistake. Just know we live, and it all is all good. So let's talk about love.
Love.
We are in February, the month of love, the month of African History Month.
Black History Month is this month.
As well as Valentine's Day.
Gotta have Valentine's Day.
So today we're going to focus on love. So we'll do Black History Month a little bit later in the month. We got 28 whole days to cover it. And so let's talk about love today. So let's talk about love, not just in the romantic sense, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's into getting into love and buying their loved ones something for Valentine's Day. But let's look today at love as an investment.
I love that.
Because love shows up in your body, in your bank account, and also in your relationships. So
all three, actually all over. Love is the foundation of all life in my book.
Right. So talking about love as an investment, let's talk about health.
Okay.
So when we talk about health and love as an investment, when we talk about self-care and spa days, it's just not a spa day. It really starts off on how you talk to yourself. Mm-hmm. So when we talk about self-love, we want to be able to talk to ourselves just like we would a best friend. If you're giving a best friend advice who's going through something bad, you try to perk them up, right? You try to talk to them, tell them everything's going to be okay. So when you're talking about love and talking to yourself, make sure you're talking good to yourself in times of struggle and times of stress.
I think what you said there, and I've heard a psychologist say this, especially now it's down in Florida, and it stuck with me. Speak positively to yourself.
Yes.
Because you can find yourself either being overly critical about a situation or something you're going through, and you're just beating yourself over the head. You don't realize you're really taking out of the bank account of your own love of yourself.
Exactly.
So speaking positively to yourself, as you just stated, I think is a very, very good tip that we should all can try and obviously do.
Yeah, it's a love investment in yourself.
Yeah, I like it.
Right. Affirmations, that's one of my love languages. Affirmations are just a love investment in yourself, just like a spa day and just like self-care days are love investments in yourself, right? Like I do my weekly spa. I got my nails done. I'm doing pink and red. I matched that the other day. So, and I got red, black, and green on my toes, but it was a spa day. It's a part of my self-care. We get our nails done. We get massages. Tony White and I, my girlfriend. And so last week we just did mani-pedis and we went out to lunch. And so spa days are investment in yourself. Yeah, it's necessary.
Very much necessary. And I'm going to say that, am I doing all that? No, I needed to get a massage this week.
Been talking about it.
But, things got in the way and I didn't make it a priority. If I made it a priority, I would have gotten it done. So I still owe the G-Spot a visit. I would definitely get myself.
Shout out to Lanisha at the G-Spot.
Oh,
She's a wonderful masseuse. You ever need one, go see her.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. So as we talk about stress as an investment, love is an investment. It counters stress. You know what I'm saying? So chronic stress shows up in your body. So if you're not loving yourself, it's going to show up, right? Yeah. You're either putting it into your body or it's going to take away from your body. So it's going to show up in sleepless nights, fatigue, high blood pressure, which is a biggie, right? Hypertension, all of those things, inflammation, even in your bones and in your body. Stress just shows up that way. So we need to make sure we're giving ourselves stress-free encounters with ourselves and making sure that we're battling, because we're going to have stress.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure that you're also de-stressing and learning how to deal with those stresses.
100%. And I love this analogy. I was thinking about this because it's so important. A lot of people love plants. Plants are a very good source of life, obviously. But if you keep your plant in the dark, guess what happens? It starts to wilt. It starts to fall down. It starts to show a lot of age, a lot of things. That's that stress that I believe that Tisa is talking about. But if you move that plant to the sunlight, guess what? Obviously, it's going to start to grow. You give it some water, it starts to fill out. But that's what we got to do ourselves. How do we nurture ourselves? How are we giving ourselves the light and the love that we need to carry forward, because we will have stress, but if we're doing the things necessary to overcome some of those negative things, we can have a better, loving relationship around our health.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important.
Yeah. And the plant's a good analogy because not only light, it needs water.
Mm-hmm.
More than light, it needs water, because if you're actually pouring into yourself as a plant, like you pour into the plant, you're literally pouring nutrients when you pour water into a plant. The sunlight is great because it actually, the whole metamorphosis, the whole plant thing, with photosynthesis, the whole photosynthesis. Like, I played attention in science. The whole photosynthesis things happen. So it's all works together to build that healthy plant. So definitely think of yourself as a plant, making sure you pour into yourself as a person. So another part of preserving using love as a preservative or a preventative medicine. That's, I guess we can put it that way. Love as a preventative medicine, right? The more love you give yourself, the better and healthier you'll be, right?
100%. That's why we get around our families. We're sharing love, right?
Yeah.
You get around certain friends, you're sharing love. You feel good in social environments where you're around people that you actually care and respect. Those are little pockets of love that we, if we think about it, like, wow, why am I feeling stressed out or I'm not feeling good? Sometimes you're in isolation or you're around people that are just not pouring any kind of love back into your particular situation. That's very important. So you look for those things that are draining. Right, and they're draining you. And if you've ever been sick, and I don't want anybody to get sick, but if you ever go through a hospital experience or a healthcare experience, you start to notice how much love and care they're giving you, because that is what starts the healing process.
Or lack thereof. Right? You
Thereof.
have some parents or somebody's in a care and you know that they're not getting care and they're not getting well. Usually when people are not getting the care, they're in there forever because they're really, it's a direct correlation to the care that you're getting, not necessarily the medication, not necessarily the place itself. It's the care. Does that person, that nurse check on you? Does she make you feel good? Like she's just not, you're not just a patient she got to watch, or does she make you feel like somebody who really cares for you and is really pouring that love into you? So it makes sense. It makes sense. So some of the common sense tips we want to give you on the health tip is eat like you care about yourself. Some people, we really abuse ourselves with food, right?
Yeah,
we eat for the convenience, we eat for the cheapness of it, and we might eat for, just because we got to eat, but we're not eating like we care for ourselves. So that means putting the right things into your body, right? That means having an intention about what goes in your mouth instead of just eating on the run because you got to get lunch in, so you stop at a fast food place and pick up the worst possible option, so we got to eat more intentionally and eat like we love ourselves. Eat like we love ourselves. Another thing is what will make sure you get rest. Rest is real key. These are self-care things that just make you pour love into yourself. So we're still talking about love as a preventative medicine, right? So love is preventative.
I'm going to hold you up one second. Okay. Because we are in the Valentine's season, right?
We are.
And we just got out of the holiday season.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of sweets on the table. There's a lot of candy that's probably going around right now.
Oh, are you one of those heart eaters, the candy heart eaters?
I love the little chocolate kisses. This is what I like. Okay,
chocolate kisses are good.
Yeah,
so just go for the dark chocolate. If you have a big dark chocolate, yeah, I am too. I'm a kisses with almond.
Okay.
I'm about that nut. Yeah, you got to watch the sugar. I'd say be careful. Keep loving yourself and feed yourself what you need, but everything in moderation. Yes. We know that it's a season of sugars and candies and flowers and all kind of other stuff. But just like Christmas time, just like Thanksgiving time, be aware of the high sugar levels that you might incur for eating a whole bag of kisses.
Yeah, all those things, because the high sugar content is going to take away from your love over time. Right. One thing we've had one of our viewers came out and they had a request, just so you know. And the request was, Tisa, Grant, can you tell us where can we eat more healthy? Where are some places, like there's a guy that's in Omaha. I love that guy. His name is Scotty. So Scotty goes out, shows you all these different restaurants. Especially, I think he's focusing on.
Scotty eats everything, though.
He does. But maybe we should show them healthy choices that they're out there, right?
And maybe we should go behind Scotty Eats. Scotty Eats is his name. And say, Scotty showed you this. Because Scotty's going to just show you what he loves on the menu. He eats a lot of meat, a lot of I guess maybe we can I'm gonna start following him and finding those healthy choices
Yes,
places,
right.
and we can do that, and really show you that even though you go out to eat, because we both like to eat out, that there are also places where that healthy choices are there and stuff that you can alternatives. So it's really all about choice. Really, life when it just talk about it's all about choice. So
I agree.
So we'll watch
Totally
the sugar,
agree.
watch the sugar,
Gotta
get
watch
your
the
rest,
sugar. Gotta watch
watch
the
that
sugar.
inner talk and that dialogue.
Mhm.
So all of that leads into wealth as a self-care is an investment. We're talking about investing into yourself. Let's talk a little bit about that.
We got to talk about that because there's withdrawals and there's deposits. And we kind of went through some of that.
Withdrawals and deposit to yourself.
Yeah, to yourself.
Yes.
Because we survive on love.
Yes, we do.
I truly believe. And I think when we don't have enough love, that's when we get angry, we get defensive, and we start showing signs that we are not a loving person, right? And that starts to take away from your life. And so these are things you have to be more intentional about, because if you don't have money in your pocket, a lot of times you're not feeling that great.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But there's different forms of wealth as well. It's not all just dollars and cents. It's the wealth that you carry about yourself. You kind of talked about that. How do you feel about yourself? Is it a healthy type of conversation that you're having? Because I believe if you speak good health into your life, you will get good wealth.
Yeah, speak life. Speak
right,
right. And so people, we always talk about people hesitate to invest in themselves, but they'll pay in medical bills later.
Right.
And I guess that's what you need to realize. It's like people are like self-care this and all blah, 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 but you're willing, to hit that emergency room, because that's what it leads to. If you don't invest in yourself now, then later on it's going to show up and it's going to be a payout. We're talking about incoming and outgoing. That's going to be a payout you're going to have, and it's going to pay you. Medical bills are going to add up. That emergency bill, all of that. So, we want to also talk about wealth that includes energy, focus. Those are wealth, healthy, wealthy things.
Thank you.
Health is your wealth, right?
Yes.
And so we want to talk about the energy, making sure you're having positive energy, focus on yourself, and focus on your peace. Because those are those things that really keep you going, that are healthy internal things you need to do for yourself. So deposit yourself. Health is your wealth.
Where's your money going?
Yeah.
We've talked about this in shows in the past. Follow the trail of your money. What are you investing in?
Yes.
And have to ask yourself from this show, is it a loving type of situation?
Yeah. Right. Is it going to cigarettes and alcohol and partying?
Yeah.
A lot of people have a big entertainment bill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those people that are out every weekend. And then, so if you're out every week, especially in the bars, the clubs, let me tell you, I'm glad I'm kind of done with that phase because I was kind of cheap. I mean, I always got my drinks bought, but I'm just saying, if I had to go out now, I might be buying my own drinks. Drinks are expensive.
Yeah.
It just costs a lot. Sometimes there's a cover charge now to going out. So if you do that often, you might have a monthly monthly entertainment bill.
It can be seriously high, especially I was in that era of popping bottles and all this kind of stuff.
We've all been there.
You have to ask yourself, why are you there? What are you getting out of this? What is the outcome? Are you looking for attention? Is this your way of getting the love that you need? Are you around a lot of people that actually care about you, or are you around people that are just being very superficial? And you have to ask yourself that, was that really worth the price of admission?
Sometimes. And I say, if you're in your party phase, continue to party on. I'm not saying don't party. I'm just saying pay attention to how much it costs you.
Exactly.
How much it costs you, because that might be $35, $50 a week you're spending towards that. And then level that off with how much are you pouring into for good stuff? How are you working out? Are you paying a gym fee? That's helping you out. Are you buying good healthy foods to balance out that party and then that drinking and whatever, you know what I'm saying? So make a list and see, party, drinking, alcohol, gas, party, and then make a list of your good stuff that you're investing in for yourself.
Well, it's just like when you're in school and you got a good grade, you came home, that's where you got a reward. Well, you can't just reward yourself all the time if you haven't done anything. You haven't done the work. You haven't done anything that really warranted this extra type of celebration or entertainment.
Man, you in your party day, it was about getting to Friday.
That was all it was.
It was the party because you got to Friday.
Is that what we earned? We got to Friday.
Yeah. He acted like he didn't have his party day. Let me tell you what my party days was like. I just ready to get to Friday. Matter of fact, Friday at stage 2. Happy hour was my Friday thing, you know what I'm saying? And it was Friday. It was like the weekend. I mean, I really always worked Monday through Friday. And so
Right.
Friday was, when you're younger, Friday's a bigger deal. The weekends are a bigger deal. And so you party on those days. Hey, I ain't taking nothing away from it. I just say, just weigh it out. Make sure it balances out with making
You gotta
sure
have
you
it
do
balanced out. What you
just
just
as much
said, you don't-
self-care.
Don't take away from yourself. But again, Monday's going to come. So if you spend everything on Friday and Monday comes and you got bills and everything, now you're out of balance. So it's about a balanced lifestyle. And what are your deposits? What are your withdrawals? What does that really look like? And what are you trying to gain from a love perspective? Are you doing things that, if it's entertaining for you, that's nothing wrong with it. We got a big entertainment time coming up now. We got Super Bowl going on. All kinds of parties are going to happen. People want to enjoy themselves so they can get a little light in their life. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I think
He asking me now where the Super Bowl party's at.
And anybody,
where the
please
Super Bowl
comment,
party's
where is
at?
the big, I want to go to the Omaha Super Party. What is it going to look like?
We might have to have one. I don't know. I'm not big into
I am.
football. He's like asking me.
Seattle Seahawks, let's go, let's do it. So
and I'm like, help us out. Comment where the Super Bowl party's at.
Where's the party?
Who's inviting Grant to the party? Remember, he just getting back from Miami, so he got his own established. Like the whole wears and wears. So help him out and tell him where the party's at. So some takeaways on this wealth section. We want to make sure that you budget for wellness.
Exactly.
Get that party in, but budget for wellness. It's all a balance. Life is a balance. Life is all a balance. Budget for wellness. Ask yourself, is your spending supporting your life that you want? That's deep. Like, is your spending supporting the life that you want? So if you're really saying you want to live a healthier life, is your spending reflecting that?
Yeah.
Are you buying healthier stuff? Are you working out? Are you buying equipment that is investing in your health and your care? Are you taking up Tai Chi and meditation? And are you taking up those things that you might have to pay for, but are you incorporating those things into your life that's going to, enhance your life and do better and make yourself feel better? Or are you still engaging in too much partying, too much drinking?
It's a balance.
It's a balance. Just take a look at it, because some people really don't realize till they take a look at it. They get to Friday, they're in a mode.
Gotta see your numbers. Look at the numbers. Like, whoa, I spent that much, and then it's okay. Pull back. Don't do it again the following week.
Right.
So
do it twice a month instead of every week. How about that?
Yeah, just some moderation, right? And that big one, this big takeaway, which I like, is that stop funding things that are draining you. And that could be draining your spirit. You're like, wow, what am I'm pouring into this, and it's taken away from me.
Like what? Give me some examples of something that might be draining you spiritually, or like you said,
toxic people.
Toxic
people. Oh man,
ding, ding, ding. We're gonna get a little machine that makes noise. I would be like ding, ding, ding on our little machine. You're right, toxic people. That definitely can drain you and keep you in a negative state of mind.
Yeah.
It's okay to help people, but those people who thrive on drama, those people who thrive on chaos,
constant.
Monitor your time with those people, because it really does rub off. It really does bring your spirit down. And so help them out, hear what they have to say, and get the hell out of Dodge.
Well, there's a saying, and this is very, very true. And I would like the audience to take stock of this, is that your net worth is your network. So take a look at your relationships.
Say that again.
Your network is your net worth.
Your network, the people you hang around,
right,
is your net worth. Your
exactly.
value.
Right.
Oh, that's deep.
Right. So if you want to hang around a bunch of millionaires, you might be a millionaire. But at the same time, all opposites are true. You just have to take a stock of who you're hanging around with. What is happening? Is it draining you, or is it enhancing you? And your net worth is your net worth. So be very, very mindful of that.
I love that. So let's end on relationships. We're going to make sure we kind of wrapping it up. How much time we got? I never pay attention. We
got enough time.
We got enough time. So we're good. So let's move into love and relationship. Health is your wealth. Still investing in yourself, but now investing in your relationships. Right? So types of love when it comes to relationship, self-love we talked about. There's romantic love, there's family love, there's friendship love, and there's love for your community, right? All different levels of love.
Very much.
Right?
Very much.
So let's just, in all those themes, in all of those areas, healthy relationships require investments, right? So my relationship with Grant requires time. We have this show. We have to spend time. We got to get to know each other. You get to know my flow. Blah blah blah. That's an investment in time, right?
Absolutely.
That's in our relationship as working
Professionals.
Working friends, right?
We're professionals.
We're professionals. We're professionals. That's right. Make sure that you are investing in your family relationships.
Yep.
That's the people you live with. Because I every year, one of my, I don't say resolutions, but intentions is to get along with my son better. So I have a grown autistic son. We get along great most times, but there's just some things that are recurring problems from us. Every year I say I'm going to do better at managing that, but really just managing myself, because he has habits that I don't know if they'll ever change, but I got to change how I react to him, right? Because I'm still like, and then he's still like, okay, I think I just got to let God and let go on some of it.
At least you recognize it.
Yeah.
Some people don't. You see it as a pattern. It's not going anywhere. It could be a draining situation. How can I pour a different kind of energy into this
situation?
Exactly. But once you're aware of it, you can begin to take stock, take accountability for it, and begin to enhance the relationship.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right?
So not arguing and just redirecting myself. You only can control yourself, and just remember that in any relationship, and even in a love relationship, you can't stop somebody from cheating on you. Yeah. You can't stop those. You can only control yourself, and really you have to think about, if they're cheating, how are you going to react to it? It's just really all about your reaction, right?
Well, why? And there's a lot of things there. Sometimes you outgrow people. I mean, there's seasons for a lot of different things.
Absolutely.
As you start to grow and change, and the person you're with or persons that you're with may not be on that same level. This is a very big lesson, and I learned this from other people. I said, you're going to get to a point if you're in a growth mode, the people that you are around right now may not be there 6 months or a year from now. That doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with them. It's just you have changed into a different, say, energy bubble. Let's put it like that.
And growth. And everybody doesn't grow.
No.
And so one of my main things is, like, to me, if you stop growing and stop learning, you're going to die quicker. You have to still, at 85, be able to learn something. You don't know everything.
Yeah.
Every day should bring you a different lesson. So always, if you term it as a relationship, I would go with somebody who understands that, who understands life changes, and you grow, because really you grow. Everybody grows, and that's why people say they grow out of the relationships. Yeah. I grew out of my 10-year relationship with my children's father at 10 years, and I went, we went through the same things. There was a 3-year itch and a 7-year itch, but at 10 years, I gave it 10 years, and really I had to realize we have grown apart. The mission has changed from when I first got with him. I got with him, was baby making time. It was newlywed. It was in my 20s. I was energetic. I was like, I'm supporting you to the day you die.
Right.
And then you get in your 30s. I done had the babies, and I'm like, okay. And so 10 years later, you're just like, where are we as a couple? Babies are done. We're not having babies anymore. That's not our focus anymore.
Right.
Babies are growing. And so what about us? And so you got to have a partner that's willing to grow. And I think that's one of the things that kind of broke down with us. Everybody doesn't grow at the same pace and don't have the same goal.
Right. Because you come together on different levels, especially, as you said, there's seasons. So in your 20s and 30s, it's going to be different, 30s and 40s, and so forth, depending on what is the nature of the relationship. What's bringing you together in the first place? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it mental? Is it spiritual? Are there things that you like or dislike? But the thing is, and those are great relationships to be in, because if you know what the other person is about, and you can grow that out. Let's see what goes, how far can we take this, right? Yeah. Those are beautiful adventures and journeys, but toxic relationships, they're expensive. Especially
they cost you.
If you're in a marriage, as you just talked about, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm in a toxic situation. It's not just it's not like when you're little, we were talking about that, we're just going together, right? Oh, I go with you, you go with me, we're boyfriend, girl. Right. Let's go. But when you're in a marriage, you have a legally binding financial agreement. And when that starts to go south, it can be very, very expensive. The toll, not only on your finances, but on your health and your mental and emotional being is traumatic. So thinking about, divorce is a very expensive thing. If you have no choice, you have no choice. But we try to get these things in the bud. So if you're starting to nurture yourself and you're good with your health, you feel good about your wealth, then you get into the relationships. You've often talked to me about the whole dating world And then,
Gotta learn to date.
You gotta learn to date, right?
Black people don't know how to date.
Say it again.
Black people don't know how to date. No, because, like I said, because we grew up in a whole different, like, culturally, like, when we say you're going together, and that's when we're young, y'all know what I'm talking about. When you're going together, and then it goes to when you grow up, you're talking.
Yeah.
Y'all,
yeah.
if you ain't black, it's a black thing. So it's like, how are you and Grant doing? We talking. and really, for black people, if just some Caucasian, I'm just filling y'all in on the culture.
Yeah, some of the ebonics of the situation.
Right. It's like when you're going together, you really like are exclusive. I mean, in our minds, like that's my boyfriend, right? Going together means that's my boyfriend. We're exclusive.
Make sure that's in both minds, because if it's not, it could be a problem.
That's the problem, and that's the clarity that we jump from just like friends and getting new on each other to we met and we reconnected, then we going together, and it's a whole bunch of in-betweens that needs to happen before we going together, right? And before we're exclusive. And so I encourage dating. That's a phase I'm in. Like you said, different phases. Been married twice. And God, we both been divorced. Our second time, it's been years.
I've learned about it.
2013.
You want to know about it? I'll tell you all about it.
2013 for me. How many years has it been for you?
It's been a while.
10. So that's at least 10, 13 years for me
it's been a long
that
time.
I've been single. And I like it. People are like, why are you single? Because after being married two times and kind of, you get to know yourself as you get older. And I'm 62, so I really know myself now. I know what I can tolerate now, what I can't. What were some of my old motivations for being with people? Right. And, I'm still getting to know Tisa, what Tisa likes. And if Tisa wants to be married a third time and share, or do I want to just get the best out of all the worlds? And
there's different reasons. I believe once you understand that marriage is a financial arrangement for the most part, it's a contract, just like any other contract. So if you want to enter into a contract with somebody, there's reasons. Usually if you're adopting resources of each other and something happened to the other, you want protection. So you have a contract. Marriage is a great thing for that. Right. It really is good. But to marry somebody without really understanding what you're getting yourself into is a big deal. And so to understand that. Now, I've been single for a very long time, but
the second time around.
Second time. And so getting into a marriage or situation at this point in time is going to be totally different from those further two. There's different needs, different scenarios, right? Now I'm at a point where I don't need to be married. Marriage, like, it'd be nice or not nice. It just really depends. Again, you understand what marriage really means. Being with somebody is different, because I tell people, you get married usually in a church, you get divorced in the court of law. So you need to understand those things.
Been there, done there. And so basically you want to have relationships that are healthy, right? Healthy relationships look like this: mutual respect.
I love mutual respect, Emotional safety. We talk about communication, right?
Yeah.
Men, we don't like to express our feelings a lot. Maybe we do it in activities, not so much verbally.
So we need an emotional safe place.
Yeah.
And tell me how can women give men an emotionally safe place to share their feelings, because they are not as emotional about us and not as good at sharing feelings. We can probably identify, but as a man, like, what do you think needs to happen in terms of a man to be able to share their feelings?
I think it's an environment, and it has to be the right mood and timing. What we don't like is that direct. How do you feel about this? I'm like, feeling, because I have to process feeling. I don't feel anything. I feel like I need a moment,
to connect with that.
Connect with that, right? Because we just don't connect with our feelings as much. We're more, analytical or physical.
So should we say we're going to have a talk about feelings later? Think about it now.
No. That's even worse. Don't tell me we're going to talk about it later. Like, oh my God, that. We didn't have that talk like that.
Well, what does that look like then?
It's almost like you have to do a third party. Like, baby, how do you feel about this? You're like, oh well. As long as the attention's not on me.
Okay, not a direct.
Okay, right.
So kind of talk about the subject, but not necessarily how you feel.
Right.
We'll talk about it externally.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. They can have an intervention, right?
So definitely you would need to have a partner that's emotionally safe. Right. And then you want to have person, again, like we talked about, that you can grow with, that you have accountability in this situation, that everybody takes their part in doing what's right for the relationship. It's not just on one person. Everybody's accountable for bringing happiness to the relationship.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah. The T's and C's of the relationship, the terms and conditions of the relationship. You need to understand that. Yeah.
So wrapping it up for relationships with takeaways, we want you to choose a partner that adds value to you and to your situation.
Yes.
Level up if you need to, not financially, but in terms of adds value to you. When people say she completes me, that's really just saying I have what I need, but she brings a whole other level to me to complete the picture.
I like that.
Yeah. Don't choose chaos. Don't you confuse chaos with passion, right? Some people like the energy that chaos brings, right? Mm-hmm. Some people are addicted just to the energy of chaos, which is like exciting, right? Yeah. It's like, ooh, but it's chaos. And chaos and passion are different. Mm-hmm. It should be like, ooh, they make me feel good. Not like, ooh, damn, there's another something happening. There's another piece of drama that there's another fire I got to put out. So don't confuse the two, because they both are high energy feelings, but don't confuse the two.
True.
And love doesn't require self-abandonment, which means you should always be able to be true to yourself in a relationship. Mm-hmm. You never should have to change your basic core for a person, right? Yep. You stay true to yourself, and if that is true to yourself, then that should bring a person that complements you. People talk about equally yoked. That's what that means. It's just a person that complements what you already have, and you don't have to abandon yourself.
I think you go back to that mutual respect that you talked about earlier. If you have mutual respect, when somebody's not respecting you, then they're disrespecting you. And then you start to get into these situations and you don't realize, because they've cut off love, and they've gone into a whole nother world. And it might have started off that way, but then it doesn't end up the way. And so you have to do those self-assessments. So you don't lose yourself. That self-abandonment is losing yourself in the relationship.
Absolutely. Right? Don't lose yourself in the relationship. So when we're talking about unhealthy relationships, it shows up everywhere, right?
It does. It really, really does. So we got to choose wisely. We got to make sure that, love, if it's unhealthy, it shows up everywhere. It shows up in your health. It shows up in your wealth. Obviously, so your relationship with yourself. Speak positively to yourself.
That's it.
Especially on Valentine's Day, right?
So my TISA tip is, when love is healthy, it heals the body, it protects your wealth, and it strengthens your relationship.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That's going to conclude our show today. I encourage everybody to make sure that you're commenting on these things. This is for the community. We want community involvement. We're going to be here every single week. We're having these high-level discussions, right? Drop a note. You got to say, TISA, I just love the way you TISA-rize yourself.
I match Ari time. People know me. They already know that. You're going to see the ping with the ping, the ping, the ram, you already know.
So look forward to next week. We're bringing some probably a guest. You're gonna love this new guest that's gonna come in. It's gonna be wonderful. So
are we gonna say
Mr. Ewing?
Mr. Eric Ewing. We're gonna have Mr. Eric Ewing of the African American History Museum, Great Plains History Museum, right here in Omaha, is going to be our next guest, and we're also going to see. We're gonna see if the special guest is going to get on. We'll check with him later. We haven't confirmed, so we don't want to throw it out there.
We'll see. But we'll share the love. We're going to share some love with you.
Yeah. But look forward to seeing Mr. Eric Ewing on our next show.
Absolutely. Y'all take care. Have a great holiday season. Bye-bye.
Imagine waking up with more energy, a peaceful mind, and relationships that grow stronger every day. That is the vision TISA Harden and Grant McGaw want to help you achieve, and it all starts with simple, practical steps you can take this week. On health, wealth, and relationships, every episode brings you real stories and trusted experts. TISA and Grant focus on 3 tactical steps each week. Small, doable moves that protect your health, grow your savings, and bring you closer to the people you love. No complicated rules, just real progress. Try a clinic-to-kitchen swap to boost your energy. Start a money buffer habit that quietly builds your financial confidence. Or try a 1-minute exercise that helps you reconnect with your partner. These quick wins are not chores. They are steps toward a better life. People who try just one intentional step report more energy, less money stress, and evenings full of laughter again. Join TISA and Grant. Start small. live bigger. Tune in every Thursday at 10 a.m. on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and subscribe now.